I wanted to create a place where stories of hope and transformation in the lives of women could be heard. I also wanted to create a place where stories of the most difficult times where women had to show true grit would inspire a girl to dream again. Welcome to Girl Grit. I think one of the most interesting times in my life is definitely when I was called to ministry. Like, I always knew since I was little that I would do ministry. I thought that I would go into ministry, go to seminary, get my doctorate, teach and preach and serve in a church. But I didn't know that there was ministry at a certain level outside the four walls of the church. And I think that that's when my life and my vision for ministry began to change. But I remember one night being on a stage and like going down to the field of like where this big crusade was, and I remember going in the middle of like thousands of people and just rapping. And I remember it just felt like they were finally free, like, and I was free. And I had never felt like that when I had preached. I had never felt like that when I had teached. I had never felt like that when I had did anything else. And it was like God was really showing me that he was going to use me in so many different ways. Like, I still preach, I still teach, and I love it. I love being a professor, but there was nothing like that moment in seeing people dance and be free. And I remember my professor at that time, Dr. Clark, after I was done, he like lifted me up and like in the sky, and I remember just looking down on the people, because it was like as if God like empowered me in that moment to say, like, I've called you to release a sound that breaks strongholds off of people and makes people want to be free and live their life to the fullest. And I was like, through music? Like, I went to school, I have my degree from one of the best universities, Howard, and I get my doctorate from Regent, and you've anointed me to do music. It was scary. It was scary because it was like my world was shaking, and I didn't ever believe, if you had asked that girl in the 6th grade that I was going to be a rapper and I was going to be able to go around the world and do more with my music than with anything else that God has given me, I wouldn't have believed it. Rap is a very, very, very powerful gift. I think it's one of the top influences over this generation. I work very, very hard to make sure that my music is good, but I think God has worked very, very hard to make sure that my music is anointed and that I understand the responsibility of it. I was a little girl who thought that my life didn't matter, that what I said didn't matter, what I did in the earth or how I impacted people's lives wouldn't matter. And if anything, if I can just let young girls know, or men, women, whoever it is, that they matter, then it's worth it. If I can get them to just feel like they can do it and they can make it through any hard time, then I've done my job. And I think that that's what grit is. It's the ability to take a situation that you thought wouldn't pan out, and it pans out because you stayed in it, you were steadfast, and you didn't move, and your faith didn't waver, and you worked really, really hard. And it's not about, I don't think it's about me being the best rapper, because I know that there are some people who are 100% better than me, 100% better than me. But if I can be the best for God, then I think that I've won. I share this story because I hope that people don't just think ministry can happen one way, and that God can use them in many different ways. And he's a God of so many different movements and so many different places. And sometimes your ministry may be in a home with an assisted living, or in the school system, or you might be in media, or you might be in film. And it's okay if it doesn't look like pulpit, church, and preaching. Like, there's so many ways God can use you. And if you're open to it, he'll use you in ways you never believed. get the job done and be fearless doing it. Be confident and be fearless. And do what God's called you to do, even if it's different than what you set out to do in the beginning. And it's okay, because He has your back. Come on, ladies. It's time to rise up and take your position. You're superior, inferior, man, that's a gimmick. See, I have a new view. Just look at what we came through. Keep your head up, Tupac, what you gonna do? The next big thing is gonna come from me and you. Don't let them put you down. Rise up. It's in me. It's in you.